OK comes from is like a bunch of college kids. I think it was Cambridge or something like that. They were like, okay, we want to fuck with people, so let's do, what would you call it, like abbreviations, but do them by sound. So OK means all correct. All correct.
What about this shit? Y'all know about this?
Yeah, the new white power symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be okay, and it used to be this. Like, if I did that to you, I'd punch you.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you gotcha.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Americans are just crazy motherfuckers.
there's
anyway.
plenty of ways that racist assholes call fucking other people by other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, out of their
disrespectful names
Right.
without you knowing. Like, it
Right.
sounds like they're having a normal conversation.
But they're really...
Dude, they're very good. Like, I've been in those conversations and been like, holy shit, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Well, like,
I ran into a couple of things like
how
that.
do you not think?
I ran into a guy that is a proponent of Q. Do you know what Q is?
Yeah, QAnon.
Yeah.
The
He
conspiracy
believes
theory.
in that.
With Q on?
It's
Basically,
weird, man.
Basically, there's this dude online, or it might not even be a dude. There's a person online that is started a. I'm pretty sure it started in Reddit and all that stuff.
Yeah, the thread.
The thread basically about how the government's run by a secret pedophile
Yeah.
organization. Who was it that was talking to was really Bruce.
But
Bruce really, like, he's gone in like, dude, he thinks they're pedophiles.
But that goes into
Like, and it goes back.
Well, I'm sure there are some that are pedophiles.
I'm sure there are, and I'm sure
Without a doubt.
Bill Clinton has definitely fucked some underage girls.
Pizzagate.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what
the
what
that
caused-
Pizzagate
what
bullshit.
caused
Yeah.
Pizzagate.
And they raided the place and found out nothing there.
Of course not.
But
You think if they run the government that they're just gonna leave it out and open that you'll find it?
What's that guy's name? Alex Jones.
Yeah, dude.
Alex
Dude.
Jones,
He's in
yeah.
trouble right now.
The only problem I have, the biggest problem I have with Alex Jones, I used to watch some of Alex Jones's shit. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
Before you knew.
No, it's not even about that. It became.
he got crazier and crazier.
It's not even about his crazy.
That's
His crazy
crazy.
only got crazy because it felt like you're not talking to me anymore.
No.
Because I'm not going to give you money. In the same way that alcohol companies aren't talking to you or me or anybody else that drinks once a year. They're
Right.
talking to the people that are
The
alcoholics.
drinkers.
And I'm talking to the potheads that
Right.
smoke like I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with that. So, I just lost that train of thought. It completely left
You're
my
okay. You're okay.
I don't know how that happened, but as I'm going, and we didn't even started this first joint. Fucking Christ.
Yeah, I spent all day yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. I stayed home all day. I didn't do nothing but listen to UFO shit, shit about ghosts,
Lord.
shit about ghosts and other dimensions and shit. Oh man, I listened to a bunch of shit.
Uh-oh.
But it was educational to a certain degree. I can see certain things there.
Do you only listen to shit like, because my podcast list is completely different. I do not listen to any shit that's like, I listen to something, like most of my shit's either inspirational type stuff that's like going into psychology in that sense, or Joe Rogan comedy type stuff, like, and even them guys like Ari Shaffir and all that, Joey Diaz. You listen to it for the comedy, but at the same time, there's good points.
There's other things going on
Yeah.
within the comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, especially with that Joey Diaz dude.
Yeah, Joey.
He talks about UFOs and shit.
Well, not even that. It's more about they were the reason why. Like, they kind of give you a perspective of they're humble, because they're all humble. They're also goddamn humble about who they are. In that
Who
sense.
they've grown to be.
Yes, who they've grown to be, and it kind of you've kind of seen it happen, and then you can, it helps you look back at your own life and see, oh,
Parallels.
I see that. I was in the same, because Rogan talked about something one time that I did in my 30s that was, and he talked about it after I'd already done it, and it was, you know, you're high driving down the fucking road, and if you're not high driving down the road, whatever, that's your problem. But dude, it just, that, like, I've thought about death a long time. My whole life I've thought about death. But at this point, for some reason, I was getting forecasting, you know what I'm saying? Like think just, the the amount of luck it takes just to drive down the road every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The amount of trust that you put into people that you'll never see.
That you're all around, yeah.
That you'll never see and never have contact. How close you come.
Mm-hmm.
Our highways are not made.
But that's why.
Because you literally are this
Well, it's
close.
amazing there aren't more accidents, really, when you think
saying.
about it.
But that's my point, is you start, oh shit, is this the moment? Is it, like, because you start thinking, well, because, you know, you've heard about the tire, like, I've seen accidents on news where it's like, this tire went down the road and ran into another car. It's like,
yeah.
How you drive next to a semi and that fucking thing blows out?
You're in trouble.
You're fucked.
You're in trouble.
You know what I'm saying? So, but all those different, like, what ifs started flashing, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was fucking stoned, which, you know, slows me down.
You think a little differently when you're stoned, too.
Right.
It's room in there for a little paranoia, you know, a little joy.
But this is different than paranoia. This is... And then hearing Rogan say it, like, that's how... And then after a point, you just have to, like, learn to ignore it and understand that it's just part of...
It's just part of life. Part of what's
at
going on.
You're going to be... And it becomes easier as you do things over and over.
Right.
And the more I drove, obviously, the better I got at it.
Well, that's what age is all about.
True.
Because you do stuff over and over again.
Look at
and you learn.
We got a new official show, Grindr.
What the fuck?
Isn't that pimp?
That is.
You see-
Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?
I got that off. His name's Sean. Sean Manuch. He runs a disc golf thing out in
Okay.
Mount Clemens area.
That's sweet.
But it was Death By. He bought this at the Death By tournament this year.
Okay.
420. And I didn't get it. I didn't get there in time to get one, so I bought it off of him, and I figured I'm just gonna use it for.
What is that?
The Deadhead.
Stuff I'm trimming in there?
Yeah.
That's what we're smoking?
Yeah.
That shit tastes good.
I know.
And it's not even cured.
I know. But yeah, so like, and then hearing Ari talk about girls too, like you probably didn't listen to these episodes, but I've been listening to Ari since he started, like some of his first episodes, and a lot of his first episodes are dealing with people, or even hearing him on Rogan talk about things like you just put shit in perspective. That because they are regular dudes just trying to fucking survive.
Yeah, get through life.
You know what I'm saying? But they're also same as us, where they went, you know what? I'm not gonna do what you tell me to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I don't give a fuck. If I don't make it, I don't make it.
And see, all those guys right now, all those guys are making decent money right now.
Yeah,
too.
because they put full heart into the thing that they love.
Right.
And it shows that if you want to,
they hone their skills.
Yeah.
As comedians or whatever they do.
Yes, as comedians.
Because I also listen to a lot of Joe Rogan. They talk about like Graham. What's his name? Hancock.
Yeah,
Graham
Hancock is awesome. I've listened to him.
Yeah, that's what I was just listening to.
Yeah.
He's cool.
If you haven't listened, you know who you should listen to too. I already told you to listen to him.
Which one?
Rogan did an episode with him recently.
With who? I probably heard it.
Yeah, revisionist history.
Yeah. Especially if it's been recent. Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah, he was talking about because his book came out. It was about his new book. It says talking to strangers or something. It's about talking to strangers. It's about how we don't understand humans. You know what I'm saying? We only understand ourselves and are in what we think emotions and our perspective of what emotions should be.
Yeah.
But we can't. You know, most people. Almost everyone has different reactions to every situation.
Different situations.
So we put our perspective on their reactions and assume because they're reacting the way, in a way we think we would react. So, something happens, someone dies on you, right?
Okay.
To normal people, you would think they would be crying.
Oh, okay. I see what you said. Mourning. Some people, like me, for example, I'm not going to cry in front of you, in front of the camera. Right.
But I will cry. It's just going to be on my own.
Whatever time.
It's just how I do it. You're going to see me act normal. And to be honest, you're going to see me smile. Because what am I going to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't change it anymore. So there's no point in living on it. But to some people, they see that as disrespect.
I see what you're saying, right.
You know what I'm saying? They can't understand that.
They want you to mourn and be, griefful. I call it griefful.
Example, baby mama's husband. His mom died when he was young, too. Completely different person on the perspectives when it comes to death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's still deals with, like, on the days, you know, of her birthday and her death.
He still into
you don't deal
right.
with him. Me, on the other hand, you guys would never know what day her birthday is.
Right.
You probably have no idea.
Because you aren't
the same
putting
every
that
day.
out.
Yeah, because at this point, well, and that has a lot to do with my dad, pretty much just shutting it off. So I'm sure his father would, I don't think his father ever got remarried. So it kind of changes perspectives too.
Yeah.
You know, if your dad is still able to talk about the person and the person's still in your life, where my father was like, I can't talk about this shit no more.
Yeah. Interesting.
To me, it's just about the value of the person. Like, you know, I guess I've had friends that have died, and, you know, I think about them often, like, not often, but when I do, it's just, like, good memories. I don't get, like, sad. I'm just like, well, case of you know.
See, a lot of my friends have died. I'd say 2/3 of my friends are dead that I grew up with.
I assume so. And what do you think? Did you lose a lot? Did you lose a lot when you were young?
Yeah. I started losing friends when I was about 16 or 17. Well, the first friend I lost wasn't really a friend; it was an acquaintance. It was a young white guy that was living in my neighborhood. He got hit by a car. I talked to him one day. And the next day I came home. My mother told me, "Oh, your friend, he's dead." I said, "What happened?" He got hit by a car.
Oh, damn. How old was he?
Maybe 11.
Oh, wow.
10 or 11 years old. Yeah, and his family owned a thing back then was known called Brown's Creamery. They were like an ice cream place back in the day. You can come in and get sodas and sodas.
Yeah.
But that's the first time I knew about death and people die. But when I got about 16, people started dying. And every year, 1 or 2 guys would die.
Really? From what? Oh, Vietnam War.
Well, all kinds of shit.
I'm about to say, you grew up in a Vietnam War.
Automobile accidents, fights, Vietnam, any number of ways. OD'd.
That's true.
I've had 2 friends die, heart attacks brought on by cocaine use.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cocaine use.
I had one.
They were snorting that cocaine. Oh, shit.
Took it with it.
They was snorting that damn cocaine, and they just, you know. This is even before fentanyl and all that shit. They just did massive amounts.
Yeah,
And they blew their heart out.
Yeah, that's why cocaine was never interesting to me, because when you're so afraid of death that you can't make choices to even do,
Different things.
Yeah, like doing fucking, the acid trip scared me the fuck off of everything.
I
I wouldn't take ecstasy because I was scared shitless I was gonna die.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Thinking I take that one pill and how do I stop it? You can't.
And some people do take it one time and die.
Yeah.
Well, ecstasy, yeah, if it's.
Oh no! Almost any drug.
Except for like
There's some
mushrooms.
people that shouldn't take it because of heart issues or cardiovascular
So
issues.
somebody could pick the wrong mushroom.
You know.
Yeah, if you eat a mushroom, it's like a wrong mushroom.
Yeah, that's easy to fuck up.
Yeah, that's.
If you don't know about mushrooms, you
especially
just go
since
eating
we don't
shit.
know.
Yeah.
If you grew up in the city, how the fuck are you gonna know
You
about
don't.
it?
You just
I
go to
grew up
eat
in a
some
fucking
shit.
village out in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't know about no goddamn mushrooms because there's no mushroom hunting up there. Well, people hunt morels.
Lou gave me some mushrooms. Not a lot.
Yeah, a little bit of.
A little bit. Not microdosed it for a couple of days. It was nice. I had a nice warm.
Yeah, thinking about doing that.
I had a nice warm.
Gives you a little
feeling of peace and harmony.
Yeah, it's supposed to help with creativeness.
Yeah, it does.
That's what the big wigs, because they're doing it in like Silicon Valley and shit. Yeah. Those are the ones that started the trend.
Well, I got me a bass guitar and an amp, and I've been fiddling around when I feel.
I thought you were in a band.
I am in a band.
What do you play in your band?
I play percussion and sing.
Oh, you sing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
There's 3 singers in my band.
Oh, okay.
There's another guy and a girl and me.
Okay, so you're like a backup singer, or do you used to sing?
I got leads and I got backups.
Damn.
Yeah, I do 2 Beatles records I do the leads on, and 3 Jimi Hendrix songs I do the leads on.
That's practice. You gotta practice that shit.
Oh yeah. my band practiced twice a week, every week, less holidays and stuff like that. I've been with this band for 18 years. This band's been together for 35 years. Yeah. So we know we got about 500 songs we can do. We can start playing songs right now, and probably for 24 hours we wouldn't play the same song. We know so many songs.
That's crazy.
I love music. Music is it puts you in tune with the universe.
You gotta listen to, there's a new this guy did a record, which is like ambient music.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Watts talking.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, the first one's kind of a guided meditation.
I think I might have heard this.
No, it just came
Is this
out.
new?
Just came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
People do it all the time on YouTube. Like, you can look up Alan Watts and find, like...
Well, Alan Watts been around a while.
Oh, yeah. He's dead, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was listening to his recordings back in the early 70s.
Because that's when he did it.
Yeah.
His whole collection is like...
I mean, I didn't hear all of it, but I heard a lot of it.
I'm sure you did. Dude, I wish I could have been there to hear it. Well, like, to see him in the 60s when he was alive, to go to one of those things.
I never saw him. He came here a couple of times, but I didn't see him when he came here.
The dude, something about his voice. When he talks, it
Yeah.
helps me get into a meditative state.
It's soothing.
That's how I feel about
He knows how to talk.
Charles
It's soothing.
Bukowski.
Who?
Charles Bukowski. He's a writer. He writes books, but like he recite his books.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like it's just got like this bedtime voice where you're like, this is some deep shit. I just like vibe.
As soon as you off into La La Land.
But and then on top of that, the way he's able to break down Eastern mythology and kind of coincide it with Western mythology.
Mixing.
No, just show you the parallels.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right.
The worlds were just growing up in different places.
Yeah.
And this one went this way, and this one went this way. And that's all it is. It's the fact that somehow Judaism and all that shit took hold in Roman Empire, and then fucking Christianity took hold at some point. And if it wasn't for Christianity still being here, the Muslims would have took hold of it. You know what I'm saying? If the Roman Empire lasted, because that's just what happens. They keep evolving, and this thing has evolved from a religion that's about a small group of people, that's one God, you know what I'm saying, like no hell. There's only, like, purgatory is your version of hell, I guess you would say. And then it goes to, okay, well, that doesn't work to keep people in line very well. So how do we keep people in line? Well, we give them a hell. Because if we give them heaven, they're just going to kill themselves. Why wouldn't you? If you really believe that if you go, like, really
when you die, you go somewhere.
Somewhere, like, you're living in Flea Bottom.
But that's why you have to have the rules. You can't kill yourself.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got everything.
If I'm in Flea Bottom, I'm Xing out because I want a mansion.
But to me,
you know what I'm saying? I want that. Fuck that shit.
That's the exact same thing that you were saying about the car. Like, them relying on, one, that everybody put your car together right to specs. Two, that everybody's on the road driving right, and that nothing goes wrong. It's just all...
Just chance. It's all chance. Every time you drive down the road, yes, you have control of your car, and you can be... Like, I've thought about it because when I was younger, I used to have dreams about car accidents because my dad wouldn't let me ride in cars that were my friends. Like, I wasn't allowed to go.
He didn't want you to be in some crazy speeding accident.
He didn't want me to die in a car accident.
Right.
Like, he was doing what he can to make sure I got to 18 because he had lost one son, his wife.
Well, he had a good reason to feel that way.
And then some guy, like, all right, so this is weird, small world type shit, but my friend Ann and Dakota's mom, Dakota's uncle died like a block away from me down the road from where I lived from a car accident. It was like one of those car accidents where they kind of just head on, but they just crossed over a foot, right, and then bam, they both died. You know what I'm saying? And he was wearing a seatbelt, but the seatbelt like choked him out.
It don't make no difference. If one car's going 35 this way, and another's going 30, that's 70. You know, impact.
And they were probably doing 40 each.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those roads when you're leaving town, you're like, oh, no cops, fuck it.
And cars back then didn't have all the safety features.
Well, yeah, because this is in the mid-90s, so 94.
Yeah.
And we happen to not be home. We happen to be in fucking... Because I don't remember there ever being an accident. And you'd think I would. Because that's something it wasn't very far from the house, and the fucking fire hydrant, like the
fire engines,
right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would have heard, like, I would have noticed. But we were in Florida when it happened. But my dad knew about it because obviously, he talked to the neighbors and he found out. And I think from that point on, he was just like, dude, I could not. I had a girlfriend in 11th grade that had to pick me up around the block.
Because he didn't want you riding with
anybody.
No, yeah.
I couldn't drive my own car. I couldn't ride with any of my friends.
Up.
I had to fucking take the bus.
That's fucked up.
Senior year, I had to walk to school.
That's fucked up.
Because I couldn't ride with my friends. And then I'd have to, like, my other friend, like, because I did Vogue. So to go to Vogue, I'd ride with him. But if I got caught, shit. Luckily, my dad always went, because my dad worked in Birmingham. And we lived in Holly, so he went the back way. He never.
So he never saw.
He never saw me on set. He would never saw me on set.
My dad couldn't wait for me to drive.
And I was set out on my own.
My dad couldn't wait for me to drive. And when I was 16, I got my license. I shared a car with my mom for about a year, and then I went to work with my dad, and I saved up some money. And my mom told me she would batch whatever money I saved up for me to get a car. And so I got my own car then. And I was so happy. Oh my God. I was in heaven.
I did the same shit. I lost my 17th summer. When I'm 17 years old, lose the whole summer helping my dad tear out and rebuild part of the house. And they paid for half of a car. And I saved $1,000 up from work and got myself a Cutlass, $2,000 Cutlass.
There you go.
I drove it. I had it for a year because it feels like it was forever, but it was only a year because I got kicked out at 18. You know,
and the car didn't go with you.
No, my dad actually fucking sold it.
Of course not.
Because we both had the same name, so it was pretty easy for him to sell it.
Right.
Yeah, he just fucking sold it.
He just signed his name and
off it went.
Bye bye.
Yep. So I lost that, but I blew it up because two things happened. I'm driving down Dixie Highway. I'm just cruising, and all of a sudden I hear dunk, 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 dunk. And I look out my rear view, and the fucking bottom pulley is just bouncing down the road like a little fucking wheel. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh shit. No power steering, and my car is like not really moving, so I have to drag it in. Yeah. The pulley popped off. Well,
when you say the pulley, what are you talking about?
We're talking about a 305 and a Cutlass. So the bottom pulley that's hooked up to the crankshaft.
Oh, okay, that pulley.
That came off.
Oh, okay.
Because I did all the work on the car myself. Trust me, I'm not that's why I don't work on cars now. I've learned my lesson. Like, every time I touch it, it fucked it up. And then after I fix all that, and I drive it around, and I'm
something fuck up.
Oh man, it blew up. The engine seized.
Yeah.
No idea that it was leaking oil because we didn't have we had a gravel driveway.
So you couldn't see the oil?
Yeah, there's no oil slick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell it's leaking oil, and I'd fucking just drive it one day. So then it seized up, so I bought a 305 engine for it. Get it halfway all the way put in, minus the fact that I couldn't get it timed, because I couldn't figure out the timing. So it'd be like, doing all that shit. I finally get it, I get kicked the fuck out, and then I never see the car again.
Yeah.
I do all the I mean, it wasn't even the $2,000. It was like all the work because he didn't help at all. If he did, it was like put that there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like he wanted the because my uncle had these. We had like I'm thinking there was wealth in my family in certain areas, and my dad just wouldn't accept any help to do certain things. So it just kind of like ostracized himself because my other uncles, they owned a factory in Royal Oak or something like that, and they were making fucking kit cars.
Cash.
Well, they were making kit cars.
Oh, okay.
So they were making fucking Ferraris on the Fieros. You buy
right.
Get a Fiero.
I remember those.
Yeah, and
I remember those.
They were
take a Fiero body off and put a
Ferrari
body on there. It looked just like a Ferrari,
dude. To the point where Ferrari was trying to sue them.
They did sue them, didn't they?
Not them.
Or somebody. They sued somebody that was doing it.
They weren't the only ones doing it.
No.
There was a lot of people doing it.
There was some people out in California doing it, too.
If you own a body shop or you own one of those molding shops, you could...
Yeah, there was one shit to it.
Yeah, so... But they also had these little go-karts that looked like the fucking race cars from the 50s.
Right.
The torpedoes with the big wheels on the side.
Yeah.
And they were, dude, it was bigger. It would sit on this, and the front end would sit off a little bit off the end there. And the wheels were probably slicks, 12-inch slicks that were fucking that big, dude. It was sweet.
Yeah.
We got it thinking that me and my dad could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like a kind of like a father-son project, and it just never happened. The thing just sat there.
Yeah.
And eventually he sold that.
Yeah.
I really wish I'd have kept that. How I would have kept it would have been, there's no way, because I mean my dad lost the house, so you can't fucking keep shit when you don't have a place to keep it.
I'm getting ready to get a '79 Granada.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
An old ass car.
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
you know I was born in '79, right?
Okay. A friend of mine is moving
40-year-old car.
One of my customers are moving to Kansas. Well, they got a farm in Kansas. They go back and forth.
Right.
He used to work for Ford Motor Company. He retired now. So he's getting ready to go to Kansas to live permanently there. And he's got all these cars at his house. And this was his mother's car. It only has 78,000 miles on it.
What?
It only has 78,000 miles. The paint job is all dull and shit.
Yeah.
But the interior looks good. It runs.
Nice. I would like to get an old Jeep. If I ever got property with a barn that I could actually, I would get an old Jeep.
Oh, this thing
something
looks
to
sick.
Just for the fun of it. Let me see. Oh, wow. That is a beast of a car. Holy crap.
What is it? That's it.
Yeah.
So mine is a 4-door.
Really? That's a 2-door?
Yeah, it's a 2-door. Mine is a 4-door, and it's blue. Yep, that's it. All right.
You know what's crazy is that car used to fit in this driveway. Because that was the car that would. That's the kind of car that. Well, no, this was a Chrysler neighborhood, but still, a car that size.
Yeah.
Would come down this fucking driveway and park in the fucking garage, and then still somehow get back, dude. I barely can do it with my little ass car. I can't imagine with them boats that they were. Because I drove a boat.
That's
back
it.
In that day.
That's it.
That's it. It's exactly it. The only difference is it doesn't have a vinyl top and a little darker blue color. But that's it, right there.
All right. See my crack screen.
My next, and you know what? I can get insurance on that. I can get classic car insurance on that.
Yeah.
And I only pay about
vintage plate.
$400 a year.
Yeah, because it doesn't cost shit to repair it. It shouldn't cost shit to
Well,
repair it. Unless you're really repairing it.
But it's hard to replace.
Well, if you're going stock, yeah. But it's not hard to replace
It's not
cars.
that many of those cars around.
No, more in the junkyards than there is on the road.
But that's
You have trouble finding one of those in a junkyard.
3D printing, get all
There's
your
no one
gaskets
saving them.
and stuff.
Yeah, other than collectors and people, people that are
You know who's
into
got
that.
one, I bet you?
Who?
Jay Leno.
Yeah, you're probably right.